And again, I'm going to close this one too because the parent file that I'm going to be working with here, the consolidating parent, is going to be the International Investments Limited entity. Now previously, when I took you to the engagement ribbon and selected the Consolidate dialog, and we went in to look at adding a new entity, it only had 2 tabs. Now before I go ahead and go into the new entity, now that each of the files have been published to its respective CaseWare Cloud entity, I'm going to return to the consolidation dialog and select Engagement Consolidate, which puts me in here. Each entity must have an entity abbreviation associated with it in a consolidation, and you can see that this one does not currently. So for the top level entity, I'm going to select Properties, and I'll just enter the abbreviation IIL. The abbreviations must be unique within a consolidation. Everything else is grayed out, so we're not going to worry about that, and I'll click OK to accept the abbreviation. Next, I want to add my 3 sub-entities to the consolidation. So from the main consolidation dialog, I select New to create the first sub-entity. And here I'm going to enter Australia Investments Limited. And maybe to save myself a little bit of time, I'll just put that on my clipboard. And I'll accept the abbreviation that's been automatically filled in for me. That's a unique abbreviation. And then I can click the Browse button to locate the file that I want. But notice there's an extra tab here. Previously we had the File tab and we had the Recent Files. Now I also have a Server tab because the International Investments Limited file is syncing to the cloud. Now I'm looking for the files that have the word investments in them. So a quick search is going to just pull up those entities. And the one I'm focused on right now is the Australia Investments Limited file. So I'll double click on that, or I can select it and hit open. Either way, it will bring in that file. Now you're not going to recognize this existing file path because that's the cloud file path. And I will click OK because everything else is set how I want it. Now, I want to do this once again. So I'm going to click New again. And this time, I want to bring in Canada Investments. Actually, I put that on the clipboard, so I'll paste that in. And it comes in as CIL. And once again, the abbreviation is filled in automatically for me, and I'm going to use that. Then I'm going to click the Browse button. Once again, I'm on the Server tab, and I want to focus on the Investments entities. And this time, I want the Canada Investments Limited file. I'll click Open on that one. And I didn't do it the first time, but I can complete the properties as we normally complete the properties to ensure that we have what we want coming in. So my prior balances, budget balances, forecasts, and custom balances. If I needed to apply for an exchange for this consolidation, I could do so, exclude zero balances, and enable account synchronization. And I could even unmap new external accounts so that I could apply the top level consolidating parent map numbers to it instead, and our fractional contribution. The settings will be automatically populated when the consolidation is processed. So I'll just simply click OK here and accept my settings, and it's going to reach out to that parent file and locate the Canada Investments Limited file. And I want to do this one more time. So from the main consolidation dialog, I select New again to create the last sub-entity. This one is going to be USA Investments Limited, and the abbreviation is once again automatically filled in for me. I'm going to click the Browse button and the Server tab, and this one I want USA. Now there's a lot of USA there, so I'm going to go USA in, and it gives me USA Investments Limited, and International Investments Limited is there as well because it has some similar content. I'm going to just click Open on USA Investments Limited to bring in that third entity. Once again, it's finding it in the cloud for me, and I'm ready to click OK because all my other properties are fine. And at this point, I've got the International Investments Limited, Australia, Canada, and US Investments Limited files all ready to consolidate. So from the main consolidation dialog, I can simply click OK to complete the consolidation process. Now, this is going to take a moment to consolidate the entities. It's going to reach out and locate those entities. It will find that the cloud entities have local sync copies on my computer because although I closed those files, I did not delete the synchronized copies. As a matter of fact, while that's happening, I'm going to open a folder here, and you can see in my folder I've got the Australia, Canada, International, and USA Investments Limited files. So the consolidation dialog is going through the process of consolidating those entities, and it does take a little bit longer when we're dealing with this through the CaseWare Cloud entities, but it is going to process that for me, and it will leave me in the consolidated parent file, International Investments Limited. It's reaching out to the various entities to grab the data as it's working its way through that consolidation. Now I'll know when the consolidation is complete because the consolidation dialog will disappear just like that. And also we end up with a context toolbar which gives us our consolidation tree, which allows us to filter on the entities that we're dealing with in the various documents in the file. For example, if I go into my cash documents properties, right now in the consolidated file it's looking at the default context, which is the top level, and it's including all sub-levels, so I'm not clicking only there. With the consolidated view, when I click OK, it will open up those entities across the page for me, the international investments, the Australia, Canada, US, and total, and the eliminating entries in the consolidated balance for the 2012 year, which is the years that these files are set in, and its comparative prior year final consolidated balance. I just wanted to point that all out and come back into the document manager.